Oceans are in bad shape. Fish populations have decreased drastically. Up to 90% of them have disappeared in some places. One of the major problems right now is overfishing. Overfishing is defined as a non-sustainable use of the oceans, the practice of commercial and non-commercial fishing which depletes a fishery by catching so many adults that not enough remain to breed and replenish the population.
There are two different forms of fishing techniques that we are able to use today. The industrial fishing techniques are long lines and fish nets. Long lines are long fishing lines that can stretch for many miles, and every few yards it has a baited hook that hangs from the main line. Fish nets are large nets that are made out of thick rope that catches massive amounts of fish or anything that goes in it at once. The traditional techniques that we use are angling. That is where you use a fishing rod to fish, and is the most popular form of fishing today in North America. Another traditional form of fishing is noddling, which is also known as hand fishing. It is more common in the south of the United States, and it is where you scan the bottom of the river or lake you are at and let the fish bite your hands and pull them up manually. Spear fishing and fly fishing are more commonly used in countries that are less developed or countries that want to keep their tradition of fishing going. Traditional techniques are better to use because it doesn't harm the population as much as industrial techniques do. A lot of the focus these days are set on deforestation and what we do with our natural resources, so people don't know much about what's going on with overfishing. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, overfishing is a problem in most of the developing countries because it's their main source of protein and is the easiest animal that they can hunt. According to the United Nations, aquatic farming is growing more rapidly than any other type of animal farming, but this still is not helping. That shows just how bad this problem has got over the past few years.
We tend to like colorful fish for their beauty in aquariums, but also for their tastiness. However, these fish usually come from colorful habitats such as coral reefs. Sadly, the best way to get them is bottom trawling. Worldwide catches of fish have been decreasing for the last 50 years. This situation reflects the general population crash of various species. As demand increases, fishing rates increase too. Suggested quotas to save already dwindling populations are ignored as fish become more rare.
Yes, we carry staple seafood. We carry salmon, trout, and steelhead trout are all farmed, which does not affect the population. I buy from a company named Silverland and Noref. They're located in Montreal. That's where we usually get all our fish. The average transport time from our supplier here would be around 45 minutes in a refrigerated truck. It stays fresh around 3 days by the time we get here, but once it's cooked, it also stays fresh for 7 days. Well, in IGA, we're partnered with Greenpeace, so we cannot sell any endangered species. Once it's on the endangered species list, it's taken off our order sheet.
Sustainable seafood is fished using non-destructive techniques and usually respects the limit of fish you can take. It does not imply it is farmed fish. The best way to replenish populations is to create no fishing zones or marine protected areas. But if we look at a map of Canada, we see that less than 1% of its coast is a marine protected area. With Greenpeace's red list describing which fish we should avoid, customers have the power to pressure companies through their consumption choices. Informing ourselves about the source of what we buy at our local food market or supermarket is the best way to help change things.